In this video, we will look into 7 Excel errors that we come across commonly at some point. We will see the reason behind those errors, and also see how can we fix them. So, let us begin. The first error is the numbers or dates represented as repeated hash symbols. This happens because the value is too big to fit inside the width of the cell. If we narrow down the width of cells containing the text gets cut off. But for numbers and dates, the values are represented as repeated hash symbols. We just need to double-click on the column edge to adjust the width automatically. Now we can see the number and date values correctly. But one of the dates is still not visible. This is because, if we see in the formula bar, the date is represented as a formula with a negative sign. If we just remove the negative sign, then we can see that some wrong date is visible in the cell. We can see that the cell has some different date compared to the date mentioned in the formula bar. We also need to remove the equal to sign so that it is not written as a formula. Now we can see the correct date value. The next error is the hash value error. The hash value error generally happens when we use the wrong data type. Here I want to calculate the difference between sell and purchase values. Apply the formula for the rest of the rows in the dataset. Here, for springs, the purchase value is blank. Yet, Excel was able to calculate the difference. This is because Excel treated the blank cell as 0 in the formula. But if we had a text here, then this would give us a hash value error. We can subtract a number from another number, but not a text from a number. There is a mismatch in the data type of the operands. But we can handle such an issue by using the sum function. We can write this in the sum function like this. The sum function ignores the text, and this results in no error. If we replace the text with the number value, the calculation is done accordingly. The next is the spill error. It happens when we use a function that spills the result into multiple cells. Suppose we have some value mentioned in this cell. Here, for example, I am using the unique function that outputs results that can spill into multiple cells. This argument is an array from which we want to extract unique values. We will find unique zone values from here. But the result shows a hash spill error. This is because this cell containing some value is obstructing the result of the unique function from getting spilled down into multiple cells. If we delete the content of this cell, the result of the unique function is able to spill down into multiple cells and give all the unique values. The next error is the hash name error. In our example, we will calculate the sum of the amount column using the sum function. We got the expected result. Suppose instead of the sum, we wrote add. We can see that there is no function by the name add. When we execute the function, it gives the hash name error. Providing the correct function name resolves the error. Let's see another example. We will provide a name to this array. Using the name box, we will name it AMT. Now we will calculate the sum again using the sum function. Instead of AMT, we will provide the wrong array name as AMTS. It gives the hash name error. Because there is no array by the name AMTS. On correcting it to the right name, we get the expected result. The next one is the hash ref error. We are calculating the difference between the sell and purchase amounts. Suppose we delete this cell column from our dataset. We get the hash ref error. In the formula, the left operand has a missing cell reference, because it is deleted. Hence we got the error. Let us undo it. If suppose, we copy the difference and paste it here, we get a hash ref error. We can see the formula bar. The difference formula has relative referencing. It depends on the two cells on the left. Below here, we do have one cell on the left but the second cell is missing. So, it results in the hash ref error. If we copy and paste the difference here, we get the results as 0 and no error. Because now we have two cells on the left and since they are empty, they are treated as having 0 value. And their difference is also 0. Now let's see, divide by zero error. As the name of the error tells, this error is encountered when in our formula, a number is getting divided by zero. In this example, we will divide the sell amount by the purchase amount and subtract 1 to get a percent value. Apply the formula to the rest of the rows. But here, we got a divide by zero error. This is because we are dividing the cell by a blank cell. And in the Excel formula, the value of blank cell is considered as 0. So we are dividing 299 by 0. Hence we got the error. We can verify this by putting 0 in the blank cell. We are still getting the same error. Rest all values are calculated correctly. We can delete the formula from this cell to get rid of this error. But when we have the right data, there is no calculation because we have deleted the formula. The better way to deal with this error is to do error handling in our formula. We will use the if_error function. This function will catch all types of error, including the divide by zero error. The first argument will be the formula itself. In the second argument, we need to mention what value we need to put in the cell when an error is encountered. We can put any value, or we can put blank quotes to display nothing. Now when we apply the modified formula, we get a blank cell instead of getting the divide by zero error. And when we provide the right value in this purchase cell, we will get the required percentage. In this way, we do the error handling. The next error is #NA. This error we generally encounter when we use lookup functions in Excel. It happens when the lookup function cannot find what it is looking for. In this case, we are using the VLOOKUP function to fill this table's cell column value by searching and referring to the product name in this dataset. So our function will be equal to VLOOKUP. Then we need to provide which value we are looking for, which is this. Then the source table array, which is this. Then the column index number of the cell column, which is 2. Then how the match should be done. We will say false for the exact match. Our VLOOKUP function is done. Now apply to the rest of the rows. We got the right values for wheels and springs. But here we got the #NA error. This is because the VLOOKUP function was not able to find the metal rod product name in the source table. Here we have metal rods and not metal rod. So, here if we correct the spelling and make it metal rods, we are able to get the result. We can also do error handling in our formula as we saw in one of the previous examples. Here we can use the if_error function to handle any kind of error, or we can specifically use if_NA function to handle the #NA error. We will be using the if_NA function. The first argument will be the VLOOKUP function. The second argument will be the value that we want to put in the cell where the if_NA error is encountered. We can keep it blank, but we want to put not available in the cell. Now let us apply the formula to all the rows. We can see that here, instead of getting the #NA error, we are getting the handled error message, not available. So these were 7 common Excel errors that we might encounter. If you liked the information then, please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for your time and patience. Have a nice day.